Alright, what is good y'all? Soul here, and welcome back to my story mode. Now, I will say, it does feel extremely out of place, weird, and just incorrect altogether to say Happy New Year, because we are well within over a week into the new year. However, this is most likely going to be my first upload of the new year, so I'm just gonna say it anyway. Happy New Year. I hate that so much, but I hope everybody is having a good one. And I do apologize for being so late. I'm sure you can guess the obvious reason as to why, and if you couldn't guess, it's because I'm still working on this review. This is legitimately the last time I'm gonna bring it up though, because at this point in time, I'm almost done with it. So for anyone and everyone that's been sticking around with me for this past year and for the past couple of months specifically, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys like you have no idea. I know that on the social level I can get very quiet at times when it comes to posting videos and stuff like that, and I want to be better about that this upcoming year, so I promise you I will do a little bit better on giving you guys more insights and things as to what I'm working on, because I will be working on a lot for you guys, especially for these next upcoming months. I also want to make sure to give back to you guys too, because like I said, I appreciate you guys so much, it's ridiculous, so we'll get to that, I promise you. To put things simply, I'm in a very weird spot with the channel right now where I kinda need to work harder than ever these upcoming months, so we'll see what plays out. But anyhow, obviously that is more than enough about me. Let's talk about what you guys had to say this time. Either a couple of days ago or about a week or so ago now, I asked you guys about your predictions going into Pokemon 2022. A couple of you guys had predictions, and a couple of you guys actually had specific wishes, and you know what? That works perfectly for this video, that's totally fine. So, just in case it wasn't already obvious, today we're going to be going over your guys' wishes and predictions for Pokemon 2022. First, we're going to start off with Brendan Curry, who says, "I'd say other than Gen 9, old Pokemon games on the eShop. Based on the pattern that we've fallen into, unfortunately, Gen 9 is pretty much inevitable for this year. It's super likely, and there's really not much that can be done about it, so I fully expect Gen 9 as well." And then for your other prediction here, you said that you expect old Pokemon games on the eShop. Now, I can't say that that's something that's impossible, especially with the direction that Nintendo Online is going. Based on the sole fact that we only recently received Nintendo 64 games on NSO, and even then, those games are getting slowly rolled out to us, it's probably only a matter of time before we start getting to the handhelds like the Game Boy and the DS and things like that. But even with that in mind, if we were to get the Game Boy, if we were to get the DS, there's no guarantee that Pokemon will be on there, you know? Also, correct me if I'm wrong here, but to my current knowledge, I don't believe that there's even any Pokemon games that come with the NSO subscription. And I'm talking not even old classic spin-off games like Pokemon Pinball or Pokemon Stadium or anything like that. We did just hit Nintendo 64, so I guess it's not completely out of the ballpark for Pokemon games to show up, but I really don't see it happening, to be honest with you. While I would love for it to happen, Pokemon Company is not the wisest when it comes to utilizing legacy content, so I really don't know what to expect from them with that. But hey, if it does happen to happen, you know that a lot of us will definitely be happy campers being able to finally play the classic games on a big screen. Well, legally anyway, because emulators do be existing. Moving along here, we have Nick O, who says, "Hoping we don't get Gen 9 just yet. I want DLC for Pokemon Legends Arceus and maybe an announcement of another Bandai Namco spin-off. Keep Gen 9 in the oven as long as it takes." As far as Generation 9 goes, I promise you, Chief, that almost every single one of us here shares that exact opinion. I have never, in my entire life, wanted a game to not come out as soon as possible before. Which is insanely ironic in a way, isn't it? You get excited for a game and you want it to come, but it gets farther and farther away. Even delays happen sometimes. You want a game to stay away? It's right around the corner. But hey, it's still January, which means that we still have an entire year to see what comes about. The next thing here that you mentioned was DLC for Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is really funny that we're already talking about DLC and the game isn't even in our hands yet. However, if they're very smart about it, we'll get DLC for Pokemon Legends, or at the very least Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, instead of Generation 9, just like we did last year. If we do get DLC, I hope it's some kind of crazy story DLC, because good lord, I just want lore and story. That's all I want. If you guys introduce some kind of mechanic that should have probably been in the base game, I'm gonna sock somebody. But I digress. I think that DLC is a way to A, give the developers time to actually work on the next generation, and B, take good care of a game that already exists without letting it die immediately after it comes out. There's no point to that. So, here's to hoping. And then your last wish here was a Bandai Namco spinoff. As much as I would love for that to happen, in all honesty, if we are getting another spinoff this year at all, it's probably not going to be from Bandai. I only say that mostly because we only just received Pokemon Snap. And frankly, that's a game that should have been out well over a decade ago. If Bandai is in the works, maybe they do have a smaller team working on something else. I pray to God that it's Pokken Tournament 2, because I would love to get back into Pokken, but we'll have to see what happens. They may bust out the gate and actually surprise us with something crazy. Maybe a Dynasty Warriors hack and slash style Pokemon game. That would be balls to the wall, my boy. But hey, at the end of the day, it's Bandai Namco. If they have something cooking up for Pokemon, that means it's gonna be something fire. Moving along here, we have Blossoming Fate, who says, I predict Shinx will be slaughtering some false gods when Legends Arceus drops. You're talking to the messenger right now, bro. I will be living proof that that happens. Dialing it back to serious mode right now, we got Dono for 2024, who says, no main series games. Absolutely nothing. At most, maybe DLC for Pokemon Legends Arceus, but besides that, let's get some spin-off games added for the Switch while they take their time to carefully make Generation 9 the best game it can be. I'm talking a new Pokemon Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, Poke Park, something completely different. Or, my personal choice, a new Conquest. To me, none of the current side games for the Switch have any replayability, so I'd like something fun to be thrown into the mix to give us more reasons to look forward to Pokemon. Very bold of you to state that we're not going to get anything mainline this year, considering that we do be starting the year off with Pokemon Legends. Jokes aside, I know exactly what you're talking about. Also very interesting yet again that Pokemon Legends Arceus DLC has been brought up as a possibility. Damn, maybe it's like we want longevity in our games or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But moving along with what you said here, I too very much hope for one of the spin-offs that you mentioned. Hopefully some kind of Poke Park. Please God, Poke Park 3 would make me so happy. The idea of a Pokemon Ranger kind of scares me though, so I'm not sure about that one, but if we were to get a Pokemon Ranger, I would definitely pick it up because I do feel like that would be very interesting. Although, as far as Pokemon Mystery Dungeon goes, now that I think about it, there's a very good chance of us hearing something regarding that. Because I don't know if y'all realize, but I think we're about to hit the 2 or 3 year mark for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. I think we got that at the beginning of the year, like 3 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what that means. Obviously, after a remake of the original games, there's no way that they're gonna pass up remakes for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, Darkness, or Sky. If those remakes were to happen, it would be very, very hype. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. It's crazy because I just thought about that right now. I haven't thought about Mystery Dungeon in forever, but to get remakes of possibly one of the best written Pokemon games in the entire franchise, dog, I would be all over that in a heartbeat. Now, as far as Pokemon Conquest goes, I'll be honest with you, big fella, I never got the chance to play Pokemon Conquest because at the time that came out, I didn't understand how tactical RPGs worked, so I had no interest in it. And then I played Fire Emblem, so now tacticals are my entire business. I personally think that there is no harm in attempting a port, a remake, or a remaster for Pokemon Conquest on the Switch because I would give it light to an entirely new audience that would actually give it the time of day because that DS library practically buried it. But quite honestly, I don't think that they realized that. They probably just thought, oh, nobody wants this. No, the people that did play it had a phenomenal time with it. It just didn't come out at a good time or on the best console for its style, for lack of a better word. But either way, I would love to give it a shot. But hey, if you guys want to sit there and waste yet another opportunity for a golden goose, then I guess I'll just have to resort to other methods of playing it. because it's not accessible anymore. Nintendo? Pokemon? Anyway, we're moving right along to Devesta the Seeker, who says, not a prediction, but I really hope Legends is as good as people are hoping and that it does way better than Sword and Shield, so Game Freak knows that better quality products are worth it. Prediction is, it's ultimately going to be another mediocre game again, with people making excuses for bad game design like the whole "it's only easy because you're an adult now" thing. I really hope that isn't the case, but at this point I have no faith. I'll give Pokemon Legends this, it already has a much better start more or less than Pokemon Sword and Shield did. Right out the gate, Pokemon Sword and Shield was already controversial as hell due to its false promises and unnecessary cuts. On the opposite end, Pokemon Legends Arceus was positively received when it first got shown because they had Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl to compare it to. So right then and there, I think that its chances of selling better than Pokemon Sword and Shield are way higher already. As far as your prediction goes though, it's really kind of hard to say with Pokemon Legends. Pokemon Legends is the first we've ever seen of something like this. We're getting a brand new story, a brand new region almost, even though it's supposed to be the past version of Sinnoh, but it's still brand new. We're getting certain mechanics that we've wanted in Pokemon games for years now, decades even. Ultimately, even if it does turn out to be a mid-game, I highly doubt that my mind is going to change in terms of the fact that it's a step in the right direction. I will gladly take a decent test run of something new than whatever the past two games were almost any day of the week. However though, you are right on one front. I have no doubt in my mind that in that game we're going to run into something that's going to make us out loud say, why did this need to happen? Something that most likely would have been fine given more time to actually work on the game, but it is what it is. We're not getting a delay on Pokemon Legends. That would be crazy considering that it's this close. And ultimately down the line, we're definitely going to get our interviews explaining why certain mechanics had to be the way they were, and it's not going to make any sense ever because they should have just taken the time and effort to work on it. But it is what it is. Next up, we're moving along to Jonathan Marshall, who says, I think that after Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out, we're going to get some half-assed Platinum DLC for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but Pokemon Legends Arceus will get a whole new story DLC in December to tide us over while Gen 9 is in the works. You know what's crazy, my guy? That right there is actually best case scenario. They still have to give us certain events and things like that for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so we'll probably get some kind of small DLC down the line as well. Don't know if they're going to make us pay for it, knowing them they probably will, but who knows. Pokemon Legends Arceus, on the other hand, has some huge potential for some really good DLC down the line, and if they take the time throughout this year to really capitalize on that and give us a good story thing, something, by the end of this year instead of Generation 9, I don't think anybody would be mad about it. We all want more things like Pokemon Legends Arceus, so just generally giving us more Legends Arceus by the end of the year is not a bad route. As far as the DLC for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I'll be completely honest with you, I don't know if I can be paid to care. Mostly because I'm probably gonna have to pay up for something that should have been there to begin with. That was already a problem in Sword and Shield. I'm not gonna do it with the remakes. I probably just won't even do anything with it. If it's a free update, dope. If it's not, I'll probably cover whatever's in that DLC and move right along. Why don't we go ahead and move on to King Gremlin, who says, I reckon not much. Some small updates to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus events in Pokemon Home. Maybe some mobile games or something. Pokemon Sleep is still MIA. Overall, I reckon it'll be a quiet year. At least I hope it will be. That's crazy that they announced Pokemon Sleep like, what, 4+ years ago now? And there was just nothing with that. Like, what was that supposed to be? Did you guys scrap it and you guys just were too embarrassed to say anything? It was a cute idea in retrospect, but you're probably right, nobody was going to use that. As far as mobile games go, I feel like they kind of have their hands full already with Pokemon Masters. They still have Pokemon Cafe Mix or whatever the hell that's called. And then Pokemon Go is still very much alive. I don't really know how active the player base is right now, but it's still there. Honestly, I feel like introducing a brand new mobile game right now would be just a little bit too much. Just focus on making the ones that you have currently better and then focus on whatever games that you're working on right now. Simple as that. And I don't know when Pokemon Home is supposed to come through, but I hope it's soon. Next along, we have Kayum Kamen, who says, I hope Legends Arceus has the same care and love that Game Freak puts into every project pertaining to Generation 1. It's too interesting of a concept for Game Freak to half-ass. Also, give us time to fully experience Pokemon Legends Arceus and hold off on Gen 9. Yet again, that is another request to hold off on Generation 9 of Pokemon. That is insanely interesting to me, and we're going to be talking about this in depth extremely soon. As far as Pokemon Legends goes, I feel like they did give a lot of effort, but they didn't have enough time to give the effort that they probably would have if they could. I know that it's really early to judge a book by its cover, but based on what we've seen and what we know of Pokemon's history, it is kind of fair to judge it because we know how these games operate now. We should never be in a place where we have no hope and no faith in a successful series. That doesn't even make any sense. About 85% of us already know that the games are half-assed, but we still want it because it's something new. And unfortunately, the best way to speak to Game Freak is by buying this game to show them that we want more things that are something new. So, at the very least, all we're asking, Game Freak, is that you take your sweet merry time with Gen 9 and really just give a little bit of a limelight to Pokemon Legends Arceus this year. This right here can be Pokemon's 2022. It does not need to be that much more serious. And finally, we have Christian Thompson, who says, I have a fear that we'll get Gen 9 at the end of the year. I hope not though, because I kind of want a main series game breather and for Gen 9 to have more time for development. I would love to see 2022 and the first half of 2023 just be filled with spin-off stuff if they're gonna do Pokemon titles on Switch. Mystery Dungeon Time Darkness Sky remake could be fun. I'm definitely thinking we'll get word on Detective Pikachu 2 as well, because I feel like it's been cooking long enough. First off, you ripped that right out of my memory. I completely forgot that Detective Pikachu was even a thing until you mentioned it just now. I haven't thought about that since the movie. Was the game any good? You go ahead and tell me, because I never played the game, but I haven't heard anything about it either, so I don't know if the game is actually good. I just know that it got ported over way too late, so I just couldn't be bothered to care. But anyway, it looks like Christian Thompson is also on the same page. All of us do not want Generation 9 right now because we want it to cook for as long as possible. And that is so funny to me because I have literally never seen this before. A bunch of small whatever spin-off titles would be just fine for Pokemon. We know you guys have the money, we know you guys have the series to do so that are just sitting there collecting dust for literally no reason. Make use of that. Now, while I don't personally care about Pokemon Snap, I'm very glad that it came out for the people that do. That was a very good holdover for Pokemon fans that have been wanting something like that for ages. And graphically speaking, that game upstaged a majority of the Pokemon games that we have today, but that's beside the point. The point of it is, we will live without Generation 9 this year. Please, be easy on that. That's all we want. Okay, so that just about wraps it up for this video. I'm really sorry that this one seems kind of tame in comparison to what I wanted to give you guys at the beginning of the year, but it's just simply not done yet. It's not at the level of done that I would like it to be for you guys to see. So, it's almost here. Thank you so much for being patient. Again, I will give back to you, and you guys are going to have a phenomenal video coming up really, really soon. I'll probably have at least one more video in the works for you guys so that the channel isn't just sitting here dry with nothing to talk about or discuss or anything like that. You guys always know that this mind is racing, so trust me when I say I've got stuff for you guys, and the review is right here. It's right here. Because at the very least, that is definitely coming out before Legends Arceus, if it is the last thing I do, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, for those of you that didn't get the chance to talk about your predictions or opinions or wishes on what you wanted to see from Pokemon in 2022, go ahead and tell us in the comment section below, because you know that I am always down there with you guys. I want to hear all of your guys' opinions when it comes to what you think Pokemon is going to bring us this upcoming year. But I'm gonna leave it to you guys. So with that, I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here. I would like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor, dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this if you haven't already. But with that, I'm outro. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!